Hi, everyone. It's great to have you all joining our live stream today. We're very fortunate to have AZN Verse presenting today, and they'll be kicking off with an introduction about the project. So I'd like to now welcome the team and let them tell us more about the project.
Thanks, Alex. All right. Hi guys. My name is Cory. And I'm joined with my team member, Quini. Quini, say hi.
Hi,
and
everybody. I'm Quini.
and this is Thelvia from Toco Crypto.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, we will be talking about our project, we are super excited to tell you to talk to you guys about. The project name is called the AZN Verse, as you guys can see, and you get a sneak peek of some of the NFT artwork here. So what is Asian Verse? It's actually 10,000 unique, not so crazy Asians that represent the rich Asian culture and is designed and developed to inspire the community to get rich together. So we have this ethos of attaining financial freedom, and throughout what we are going to do with this project, it's all with the final goal in mind of helping our holders get financial freedom or attain financial freedom. So when you have an Asian NFT, when you hold one, you automatically become an Asian and become a member of a club called the Crazy Rich Asian Club. Inside, we're not all Crazy Rich Asians, but our goal is actually to become one. Um, an interesting thing about this Asian project is we have an Asian DAO. So for a lot of projects, what happens is like they promise you a utility, and then most of the times the revenue goes to the team, and then they execute something. But for us, what we're gonna do is kind of different and special. We're gonna create the Asian DAO by collecting or like pulling together the funds from the NFT sales, and more than 50% is going into a DAO. So what we're gonna do with this DAO, the money is we're gonna put it inside probably a to be decided later DeFi vault, and then we're gonna put that money inside the pool, and then it's gonna generate um, revenue from an interest generating DeFi pool. So that money that we pull together is gonna be generating a monthly yield, and then the proceeds we will use it to give it back to the community. So that's what's exciting about the Asian DAO, which will power the Asian verse. We'll talk more about that later. But we want to also introduce our first official partner, which is Toco Crypto. So Toco Crypto, for those of you that might not know, is actually a crypto asset exchange in and one of the largest in Indonesia. So we've had the we're proud to announce that they partner with us and decided to support this project by offering benefits such as VIP trading discounts that are integrated into the different tiers of the Asian verse. So, for example, if you're lucky enough to get a legendary NFT, you'll be able to get like VIP trading statuses inside the exchange, and we look forward to many more partnerships whereby we are going to make life easier for our ASEAN holders, and also we are also looking into talking more with Toco Crypto and other partners into how we can explore more options in the future as well. So that's quite interesting, and it's also cool that we're working with a exchange because like we're getting a lot of feedback and a lot of good advice from the team as well. So that's interesting, and we're very happy to have met these people. How is the Asian verse different? There are mainly three different perks. Three different benefits. Number one is our culture. We're celebrating the Asian pride. Every Asian is a reflection of you and me, and you know, we just want to celebrate that thing, and we see this as sort of like a cultural phenomenon kind of thing. And then more important than that, we are talking about the community perks like the Asian DAO. So we're banding together the crypto conscious, and we're constantly looking for collaborations in the future. So the first partner that we have is a exchange, and therefore we are offer we've done we worked very hard to attain this partnership, to get trading benefits for our holders. And in the future, we're gonna work with our communities to see what are the benefits we can bring to them. And also the Asian DAO is something that is unique and special, and a lot of people that have like learned about this sort of see like, hey, this is something different, and something that kind of really makes sense, and maybe we'll delve into the how the Asian DAO works later. And then the third benefit is the Crazy Rich Asian Club. We're looking to build a community to inspire financial freedom. There are many communities out there, but not all of them that there's one for everybody. And we've kind of like banded like-minded people, and we're not just investing in NFTs. We're looking for like-minded people that want to that want to embrace this hustle culture. And the idea is that we want to build a work community that helps one another like a Asian family, and that's something unique and something money can buy. Yep. So that's about the introduction.
Amazing. Thanks a lot for that. It's great to see all the progress you've done so far and learn more about the project. Some of the questions that I have were to go a bit more in depth about some of the specific parts of what you're building. So first of all, I was curious to understand more about how the project came about. Like how did you come up with the idea? What was the genesis of the project in the first place?
Right. Perhaps I can help to answer that. So, this project is actually initiated by a few NFT enthusiasts in Toco Crypto. We got this idea, we brainstormed and everything, and we thought like, hey, you know what? Let's reach out to the Toco Crypto community to, collaborate with them on this project, because the community in Toco Crypto is pretty large in Indonesia, especially. So, we want to get them on board. Let's collaborate, and most importantly, we want to empower them as well. And as you know, Tokoto is a crypto asset exchange platform, right? But this is an NFT project, so frankly speaking, from a beginner's point of view, NFTs is still kind of complicated. Like it's really hard to understand. So how to get into it, how to start, how to buy your first NFT, how to hold your first NFT, how to sell your own NFT. So we thought we wanted to do something to create a project where it's like very beginner friendly, very accessible, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like we highly emphasize on how beginner friendly this project is, so that it's easy for everyone to get into the NFT space, learn, start from AZN Verse, learn here, and then you can branch out to other projects as well. So yeah, that's pretty much how the project came about, actually.
Cool. That's it's great to hear. It's thanks for sharing your thoughts. It sounds super exciting. I know you've covered a bit, Cory, but maybe any other team members could also chip in. How what does make the project so different from the others? We've seen quite a lot of NFT projects, but I think this is quite unique. So keen to hear more thoughts. What do you think differentiates AZN from the other projects around?
I think the main thing that differentiates this project is we want to make that it's not on the Ethereum chain. I think that's one of the main things that differentiate. What we intended in the first place was we identified the BNB chain as a chain that we wanted to go into, because it's still fresh market, and we see a lot of exciting things happening in the BNB chain, and therefore we were totally excited, and we made that leap of faith of saying like, hey, let's go into this market. I know it's still new, the collectible like how, I mean, the situation here is still new, and then we're still figuring things out, and But that's one of the main things that I think differs us from a lot of projects. And another thing that is different is like when you look out there, you see apes, you see pixelated guys, you see sharks, you see gorillas. But one thing that we couldn't see was like a representation of the Asian culture in and sort of like this other part of the world, and we were like, okay, this is something we want to do. And I would say that the art is definitely something that stands out for us as well. And just a cool fact, right, just now like we shared a few of our NFT art, the AZNs. Those were actually inspired by I don't know if you have those, like I guess everyone has identification cards, you know, when you take those
Yeah.
cards and then you have those life loves eyes, and yeah, that was what inspired the art as well. But secondly, I will say that personally I feel that what we have unique about this project, and if you guys can get the time, is to read through the roadmap, because like we were able to think of a long-term vision for this project, and also focus on the longevity of this project. And it's something that we're very excited to execute along with a capable team. And thirdly, I think what's different from other projects is a mission. So we're not relying on any like NFT gimmicks, or like, or we're not giving a lame promise. We actually have a mission and a detailed plan as to how we're gonna get there, and that is with the Asian DAO. So with the Asian DAO, we're creating, we're embracing this rich culture of Asians as well, and also we're in a quest to get rich together and work towards financial freedom. Yep.
Right. So you mentioned quite a few points there, which I really want to touch on. So, number one is the mission. I think you touched upon it very briefly, but how can AZN fulfill its mission, which is to help its holders achieve financial freedom? It's a very important mission. So very keen to hear your thoughts, how you're going to execute and achieve that.
Yep.
Right. Indeed, that is very, very important. And let's be real, it's not easy to achieve that, right? Like everybody's grinding every day to try to achieve that, but so many ways and methods that they don't get there at some point. So we want to help that by, so we've got lots of programs at the moment, and moving forward as well. We've got on our Discord channel, we've got on our Discord server, we've got a channel called Rex to Riches. That's where we encourage the community to, share their story, where they at now, at this point, in life, and what they want to achieve, and how do you, what's the time period that you plan to get there, to achieve your goal. And we're gonna support that every step of the way. We'll check in, like, hey, what's your progress? And it's like, when you go to a gym and you don't have an accountability partner, you just like, okay, that's it, I'm not gonna continue to come to the gym again because nobody's telling me you got to do this right now. So that's where we're at right now. So okay, you want to get there, let us help you. Okay, check in on us, and we'll get there to you. And other than that, of course, other than the channel, we've got mentoring sessions where our honorary guests come on our servers and they become mentors. That depends on, again, back to the community, like what kind of experts or what kind of fields they're looking into. Let's say there's a person who is stuck with, who doesn't know how to do data, but they really need it for their business. So we'll get a data expert to mentor them, and et cetera, et cetera. You get the picture. But yeah, other than that, with the AZN DAO, we're gonna have some sort of a kickstart fund for the entrepreneurs, to those who are hustlers in the AZN community. And something like this is still an idea, but I really want to execute this. Hopefully at some point we're gonna have like some sort of a Shark Tank AZN DAO kind of, where people can pitch in their ideas, and we'll have like a set of panels of judges to not to criticize you, but to give you realistic advice and how you can move forward from that. And again, back to, if you have a really good idea, feasible, scalable, we'll continue with the Kickstart Fund. So yeah. Anything else to add from
Amazing.
others, maybe?
It's sort of like an incubator project, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, sounds super exciting. you definitely have a lot of creative ideas and approaches to hitting your mission. Cory, you also talked about how you're thinking about the long-term part of the project. There are many projects right now which only plan for the short term. What do you envisage, or what do you think about doing for AZN project to have it for and ensure longevity of the project?
All right. Like I'm sure a lot of us has gone into, you know, NFTs and we've not, some of us made big bucks and some of us haven't made it out alive. So diving into an NFT project is like diving in blindfolded, because sometimes you have to put in the research into the project, you have to, and then you put in the community, put in the effort in the Discord community, but then like the success of the project always leans on the trust that the founders are gonna execute and deliver on what they promised, right? Which is the roadmap. So for Asian, right, we set up this uh, Asian verse with the community in mind in the first place. So we were thinking about how we're gonna support the community, how is the holder gonna get back their money's worth, like and time that they time's worth that they put in, and that will all go into the utility of this project, which is the Asian DAO. So and the Crazy Rich Asian clubs, which is baked into the project, and the community benefits that will continue to grow and evolve as we have future partnerships coming into the project to give even more benefits towards that final goal of financial freedom. So it's not gonna be like a 1 year kind of plan. It might be even like a long term, like 3 year, 5 year plan. And we see Asian Verse being a project that is able to withstand time, and you know, go that full mile into our mission. And yep.
Yeah, all clear.
Mhm.
So that might be the next question. Might be somewhat of a silly or a funny question, but who is the AZN for? So would I be able to become an AZN, for example?
I guess all three of us can chip in on this. Like maybe Thelvia, you want to go first?
Yeah, so but basically, I think it's everyone, anyone. So basically, anyone who really like the artwork of Asian First, who really like the roadmap of our NFT collection, and also believe and trusting the DAO will deliver the promise, right? And then second one, I think everyone, those people who really like the culture of Asian food, Asian countries, people who like to travel to Singapore, to Indonesia, right? So basically, it's everyone. We welcome everyone.
Especially for me, I think it would be super cool if, you know, someone from like I have friends from Germany and America, and they really embrace the Asian culture. Some of them are even permanent permanent, like temporary permanent residents in paradises like Bali. They actually work there and live there, and they're settled there. So I my hope is that we can get all sorts of people from all sorts of walks of life that, you know, embrace the Asian culture. And you know, it's more about that hustle culture and that startup culture coming into the project as well, which is I think super cool. Queenie?
I totally agree. Yeah. So, you know, I hope this, just because of the name is Asian First, I hope it doesn't hinder people like, oh, it's only for Asians. When it's actually for everyone, like literally everyone. You know, doesn't matter if your race, your beliefs, etc., etc. I mean, if I may give an example, for example, we all know Board Ape Yacht Club, right? And the artwork are apes. So it's not like only apes are going to buy the NFTs, you know? Literally anybody can buy the NFTs. So, you know, that's where we're at. And, you know, back to like how the story, how the artwork was created, right? It was created from our ID picture. So it's basically it. So who is it for? Who is Asian for? It's practically for everybody.
Yeah, and I think maybe if
Amazing.
I can add more, yeah, it's like more as into celebration about Asian culture, right?
Mm.
Right.
Totally. Got it. Well, for one, I'm sold. So you convinced me. I do love Asian food also.
Awesome.
There's to that. We can celebrate that as well. So thanks a lot for all your responses.
Nice.
It's really great to hear. Very inclusive project, and yeah, amazing to hear. You mentioned Thelvia about and Cory as well about the DAO as well. So I'm keen to explore that part a bit more. So what is the AZN DAO and how does it give back to the community? And any other thoughts that that you might share on that would be great.
All right, cool. The Asian NFTs will being a holder will grant voting powers in the Asian DAO, and mainly the whole Asian verse revolves around this Asian DAO. So there are many kinds of DAOs out there. There's like investment DAOs, there's like community DAOs. But as we talk to our community and in Discord, we learn about their interest, and most of them are interested in starting their own NFT projects, and that's why we slowly evolve this DAO, and it's slowly taken its shape as an investment slash incubator DAO, whereby like we want to use this DAO to empower our community's project and become a gateway into like new projects coming into the NFT space, especially in the BNB chain, because we see this untapped reservoir of opportunities over here. So what we're gonna do, right, is we're gonna look into projects like once our project is launched and we're successful, we're going to look into other projects to bring into the BNB space as well. And that's something that is interesting, because like we sort of become the gatekeepers, and it opens the doors to much more projects coming into the project to the space. I'm sorry. And we are working on the best system to involve the community, and we're excited to see how the Asian DAO will continue to morph with the community through voting and through the community decisions. Um, because most of the members that join our Discord channel are new in a way to how a DAO works. I think one of the things that we're doing for once we set up the DAO is we're going to use a portion of the DAO proceeds to hold a celebration raffle, and we're giving out up to $10,000 to celebrate our launch after we launch, and that's something we're extremely excited for, because it really introduces the Asian DAO to the community with a bang, and that is, I think, a great first step to the to the Asian DAO giving back to the community, and showing that this is actually for us, for the community members. It's not going to somewhere you don't know where the funds are going to.
Cool, got it. That's thanks all for all the details. That's very helpful, and I hope the audience as well has learned quite a lot of new stuff about your plans with regards to the DAO. So I think you already touched on this as well, but any particular benefits of holding AZN that you might want to emphasize for the audience and the community?
For the benefits of AZN, most of them will come from the strategic partnerships that we will be having. So for our first major partnership, we were very happy to get Toco Crypto on board, and I'm really glad to, and I'll give Thelvia the opportunity to explain more about these benefits.
Yeah, thank you, Cory. So basically, I think AZN is one of the NFT project that has many benefits for its holders. I don't think, I mean, if we compare it, right? But for the first support from Toco Crypto, as mentioned earlier also with Cory, so AZN holders will get benefits of other ecosystem in Toco Crypto. First, the VIP trading discount on the exchange. And then I think Toco Crypto also just launched our the RT Hub in Bali, which is very exciting. There will be a pool and co-working space access, and also, of course, the special campaign from Tokomall. I think, and other than that, other than the benefit from our Toco Crypto ecosystem, the Asian DAO is also very attractive. Because Asian DAO will evolve as an investment or incubator where all holders will get a return, right? And I mean, on top of that, I mean, we want to empower the community. We want to give them education about financial, business, and also other use of blockchain technology to bring more economic value for the holders.
Got it. Cool. Thanks. Thanks for that. So, keen to hear whether you are planning any future events you might want to share. But before going there, as you've announced on Twitter just before we kicked off the session, actually sometime earlier, we were also gathering Q&A from the community and from the audience, and we try to incentivize them with, I guess you guys try to incentivize the community engaging and asking questions by submitting some of the inquiries to us, and they would have the chance to win 100 USDT. So we've selected some of the of those questions, and I'll feed those back to you guys in a minute. But do share any future events any plans for those. I'll be very keen to hear, and I'm sure the community and the audience would love to know about your events as well.
Definitely. So, so if you've joined our Discord, you've probably seen an announcement that at the moment we've got a TKO holders campaign going on. So TKO is a token by Toco Crypto. So those who hold the token TKO, they can get a spot for a whitelist, basically. And then, but other than that, so that's ongoing. Other than that, of course, on again on our Discord channel, we've got a daily whitelist giveaways by hosting games, other campaigns as well, and then there's another campaign going on next week, but I can't announce that yet. So stay tuned for that. But it's gonna be an exciting one. But the most exciting thing for me that I want to tell people right now who are watching is that so once we launch, once we sell our NFTs and launch our AZN DAO, we are going to have a $10,000 raffle to those who hold AZN's NFT. And that doesn't only that's not only entitled for those who hold a rare or a legendary NFT. It's literally for everybody who holds an AZN NFT. So it's the common NFT holders can have an equal chance to be a participant for this lucky draw, basically. So yeah, that's the one thing that I want to highlight for everybody.
Cool. Yeah, the audience, I hope they took note of all of them, and we'll keep an eye. But as I hear, they should, for those who haven't joined, they should join your Discord server ASAP to be on top of all the announcements. Cool. So some of the questions that I'd like to go into right now are from the community. So actually, the first question, funnily enough, is about the place and the importance of the community in the development and planning of the AZN NFT project. So if you could share any thoughts about that, that would be great.
Right. I'll share my 2 cents about it. So basically, community in the NFT project, as we all know, is very, very important. But why is a community really important for an NFT project? Because, going back to just the word community itself, what does it mean? It's basically where like-minded folks get together, those who have common beliefs, common interests, those who share the same values. And, the community is where people support each other. And that's why we in AZN are heavily community focused. And we want to be that platform for these people to hopefully be able to change something about their lives for the better, of course. And, these people are going to be the ones who help us how we structure future project developments in AZN as well. So again, whatever that we achieve, we'll always give it back to the community, and vice versa. We'll always continue to have that kind of feedback back and forth with the community, because we're all doing this essentially for the community. So yeah, I hope that helps to answer your question.
Yeah, for sure. So next question. from the community is that they saw that you have officially partnered with Indonesia's largest crypto exchange, which is Toco Crypto, and I believe you attach a great importance to that partnership. So what makes that partnership so important for you? And could you share any information about or details about that partnership? Oh, Thelvia, you're on mute.
Oops, so sorry. So sorry.
No worries.
I forgot to unmute. I will answer this in relation with Toco Crypto ecosystem.
Yeah.
So basically, Toco Crypto goal is to widen the adoption of blockchain technology, right? Where we want to empower people through the education and also encourage them to experience themselves the technology. And I think with NFT getting more into the mainstream, we want to be part of the strong NFT project, where the project can be a good example for another projects, especially in BNB Chain, by delivering the roadmap smoothly and also giving the benefit as we promised to the community. And I think with this project, Toco Crypto also want to show our seriousness in supporting the community and also local creators to have more global presence. Yeah, I think that's why I think Toco Crypto show this project is really important as part of our community and ecosystem.
Great, thank you. Thanks for sharing some more details about the partnership. Next question. Recently, there have been quite a lot of NFT projects that have sprung up on various networks, and some of them offer some interesting, exciting innovations and utilities. How can AZNverse ensure the trust of potential holders, for example, benefiting like VIP trading discounts, free access to T-Hub, basically any sort of thoughts that you could share about that. I guess the question was also referring to if it only applies to rare and legendary tiered NFTs. So if you can share how that would work, that would be helpful to understand.
Yeah, sure. I think first, just to clarify, for the any holders, any Asian holders will get the access for the hub. It's not only for the rare or legendary tier, but
Cool.
the VIP trading discount. I think yes, it will be only for the rare and legendary because people will try to get this benefit, right? It will create like a big discount for if they are really active trading crypto. But then again, I think this benefit is not stopped only into that. As we getting more partnership, I think not only with Toco Crypto, and also I think Toco Crypto will refer this project to have other partnership with more crypto company or more crypto organizations, right, in the future. So I think, and I think on top of that, other than just benefit that they can get directly in the future, we will create the DAO that they can pitch their project if they want to create another NFT project. It will help them and encourage them to do more entrepreneurship in blockchain. So I think that's the biggest difference from the other NFT projects.
And if I may add, right, for all those that don't know what T-Hub actually means, it's actually a crypto space, co-working space that was established in Jakarta, and then now there's a new one in Bali that was just set up for crypto enthusiasts to come in for events, to loan the space for events, to chill at the cafe, to also like we say, the co-working space to meet other like-minded people as well. So there are plans to set up more T-Hubs within Indonesia, and we're also looking into broadening our boundaries to other countries as well. But definitely, let's say if you have an Asian and borders are opening up right now, like if you Alex were to come to Bali right now, there wouldn't be a quarantine period for you, and you'll have free Wi-Fi and co-working space there. Just all you need is just to book a villa and you're set.
Got it. That's great. Thanks a lot for all the clarifications and additional color. Definitely something very interesting. So yeah, it's great to hear. So we have a few more questions. So I'll go through them. Keen to hear your thoughts on these as well. So one of the community members asked a question which sometimes I resonate as well. So if they're a long-term holder, several times they got quite disappointed with a project which had an initial pump and then it died because either the hype was over or the team didn't deliver. So how do you make sure that what you're building and what you're putting together will make the community strong? And I guess this comes back also to the point of longevity as well. But if you can share any more thoughts around making the community strong and making sure that this will last will be helpful.
Definitely. And I do have to say that is a valid question, right? Like we've seen so many projects that was really, really hyped, and after like, I don't know, a couple of weeks, couple of months, it just died down. Like where did the project go, So short answer, we're in it for the long run. I wouldn't dare to be here speaking with you if we weren't planning on running a long-term project, right? But not just from the community side, but also the back end people, the main team of AZN, and with the help of Toco Crypto as well, we're actually working really, really hard right now and working smart to get AZN bigger. And when AZN gets bigger, the community gets stronger as well. Because like I said, like I mentioned earlier, that we are heavily community focused in this project, or as Cory mentioned earlier as well, we're more like an incubator sort of project with the AZN DAO. So whatever we do is going to come back to the community, and we'll always be there to support the community with all types of programs, activities, campaigns that we mentioned so far, and there's going to be more after that. Not just in the form of airdrops, tokens, but also real life values that the community can really absorb and apply it to their own lives in the future as well. So, I know talk is cheap, it's easy to sell dreams. So, we cordially invite you to come join us, be a part of the family, and, let us prove to you that we'll take this project to new heights. And I hope you're already a part of the family so we can celebrate our milestones together. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Great, thank you. Thanks for sharing your thoughts. So I think we'll go into kind of the last part of our Q&A, and the next question I had was, which came from the community, was around so the priority and making sure that you put enough focus on the financial capability and viability of the project. So one of the main priorities is actually having enough funds in order to see the project succeed. So how does your team make sure that you're financially capable to drive this to success, and how are you ensuring that the funds for development are actually allocated kind of soundly as well? And also, if you can share any other details around how the project will generate kind of sustainable long-term revenues to maintain the growth going forward as well. That will probably cover the entire aspect of kind of the financial side of it.
Cool. I'll answer this one because I really like this question. It sounds like it comes from someone that really thinks a lot, when it comes to choosing a project. And I really admire that about the person who asked the question. I guess it's a really good question. One of the things we're gonna do is we're gonna have full transparency in the management of the funds of the DAO. So we're gonna have a monthly report into where we have put the money and how we're gonna generate that monthly interest. And I'm just gonna be totally honest here that part proceeds from the DAO, it's gonna be on a monthly basis, right? And a portion of it is gonna go into probably sustaining the team. I would say like the salary as well, and then majority of it is going into reinvestment into like the back into the community. So with the Asian DAO, we're gonna invest in other NFT projects, and we're gonna see returns. I don't know how much, but it depends on which projects we choose to go into, or we can also offer other directions. For example, of we might even invest some of that money into going in back into offering staking utility within our NFT Asian verse, which is something we see in the future part of the roadmap as well. So we're not relying on future creating another collection to generate like more funds for the project. I think the interesting thing about this project is we had that already planned and in mind already about the self-sustaining of the project by not wasting the funds and not just wasting it on both parties. What we're doing is something that agents do very well. They save up their money and then they put it to good use, but no point putting it in the bank. So that's why we harness harness what we harness the best source of I think the best thing out there right now, which is DeFi, to generate that proceed, and that thing is going to sustain the Asian DAO and going to sustain the project over the long time. And then we're gonna have a full monthly report for the community, and full transparency so that the community can decide on the direction we're going to go towards. And it's more about building that trust with the people and I totally vibe with this person, because like when we go planning in the planning stage of this project, right, that was totally what we were thinking about. We were thinking about how we're going to sustain ourselves financially. Like it's not just going to be come up with a bang and then simmer off kind of thing. So yeah, really good question, and I hope I answered that.
Yeah,
maybe
for
if
sure.
I can add more. So basically, I think what Cho mentioned is really good. And I think it should be this example on how we manage our financial to our community, right? And showing them this is how a good financial practice to them. So I think with education on DeFi also, I think many NFT holders or maybe many crypto player also doesn't really have exposure into DeFi. So I think having more exposure into blockchain ecosystem for our community will be a really good benefit for them.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks for sharing all of your thoughts, additional detail. I think it's incredibly useful for the community, and I hope the audience has learned quite a lot more and took some of your thoughts on board. And I think with that we could actually potentially conclude. And thanks. I just want to thanks a lot everyone from the audience and community side for all their questions, but also thank you for the AZN and Tokomall team for having allocated your time to share your thoughts with them. So until next time, I guess.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Stay healthy, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.